Welcome back, everybody, to WagerTalk TV. I have two Major League Baseball money line winners on Monday, March 30th in games between the New York Yankees and the Seattle Mariners. And will the New York Yankees continue their pitching dominance they showed in their three-game sweep at San Francisco, or will the Seattle Mariners be able to continue their power surge that they displayed in their first four games and overcome the Yankees' good pitching? And the other game we're going to look at is the Detroit Tigers at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Will Justin Verlander be able to have a great debut for the Detroit Tigers tonight? And I say debut, 2026 debut. Those of you old enough to remember, he started his career with the Detroit Tigers. So everything comes full circle, they say. Let's see how Verlander does in his return to Detroit, or for Detroit tonight. The game is at Arizona, and the Arizona Diamondbacks off to a bit of a tough start, going 0-3 in their first three games. Will they be able to get off the schneid and attain their first win of the year? I have those answers and much more coming up right here on WagerTalk TV. Folks, my name is Ross the Boss Benjamin, and I would hope that you like what you're hearing on and watching on this, our video channel here, WagerTalk TV, and be nice enough to subscribe, because you know why, folks? Everybody likes subscriptions that cost nothing. And that's exactly what it costs to subscribe to WagerTalk TV. Hit that subscribe button, and also hit that alert notification bell for WagerTalk TV as well. And be kind enough to give my video a like, folks. You know, we've done awfully well with these free pick videos over the last year and a half. Made you guys a lot of money out there. And I don't win all the time, but then again, they're free picks. They're not my cream of the crop like my premium picks, but I don't like to lose, folks. Whether I'm playing for $1,000 a game or $100 a game, I want to win every time I appear here on WagerTalk TV. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. The New York Yankees, with Ryan Weathers making his Yankee debut, the left-hander who spent last year with the Miami Marlins, against the veteran right-hander for Seattle, Luis Castillo. That game is slated to go at 9:40 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And the Seattle Mariners right now are a minus 112 money line favorite, while the New York Yankees are plus 108. This current New York Yankee lineup has not fared well against Luis Castillo. As a matter of fact, the current roster, I should say, not the current lineup, current roster for the Yankees, 29 for 137 lifetime. That's a 212 team batting average, and they only had a 294 on base percentage as well. And nothing new for Castillo, especially at home. This guy has been, since he's put on a Seattle Mariners uniform, he's been very good at home. And last year was no different. This will be his first home start of the season. But last year he made 17 starts at home, a 2.60 ERA and an 0.97 WHIP. He did make one start against the Yankees last year, allowed just one earned run in 6 innings pitched while striking out 6 and walking only 2. Seattle will be facing left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers, and they, since last year, have gone 16-8 at home when facing left-handed starting pitchers. Speaking of Weather, he made 5 road starts with the Miami Marlins last year and wasn't real effective in those outings. 4.84 ERA, and he prone to give up the long ball. Is in those 5 road starts, he gave up 5 home runs in just 22 and a third innings pitched. The Yankees 3-0 against San Francisco, and they held the Giants to a combined 1 run. However, again, this current Yankees roster has struggled against Seattle, and they'll be hard-pressed. The Yankees pitching staff, starting with their starter, Ryan Weathers, and their bullpen, will be hard-pressed to tame a Seattle lineup that over their first 4 games, despite going 2-2, they averaged 5.5 runs scored per game and hit 8 home runs in their first 4 games. I like Seattle here with Luis Castillo. over the New York Yankees. Seattle minus 112 versus the Yankees. Before I get to my next game, which is the Detroit Tigers at Arizona Diamondbacks, let us know who you like on Monday, March 30th, Major League Baseball card. Leave your pick or picks in the comments section. Be respectful to one another, folks. We can disagree on picks. Doesn't mean we have to go to war and resort to name calling. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate all of you who have cooperated in that regard, and I hope that continues to be the case so we can keep it a positive community. All right, so Detroit goes with the veteran right-hander Justin Verlander, and Arizona will go with Michael Soroka, a right-hander of their own. And Arizona right now is a minus 120 money line home favorite, while Detroit comes in at plus 100. Michael Soroka, I remember when he came up with the Atlanta Braves, he looked completely dominant in his rookie year, and then he sustained an injury the next year, and he just hasn't seemed to capture that form he showed when he originally came up to the majors. Soroka, by the way, since the start of the 2024 season, his teams are 1-11 at home when he's their starting pitcher. And that's not very good, folks. And he's also 0-9 in his team starts since 2025, home or away, when facing teams with a winning record like the New York Yankees do. But, again, it's early in the season. A winning record doesn't mean a heck of a lot, but you're looking at a Yankees franchise that's put together winning seasons consistently over the last decade or so, and coming off a banner year again last year. All right, so Arizona's bullpen over their first three games, Soroka can't depend, I should say, on them giving him a lot of help as the Arizona bullpen as a staff. 6.10 ERA to start the season, only 4 strikeouts against 4 walks. That's a terrible strikeout to walk ratio, especially for a bullpen. And they also gave up 2 home runs in their first 3 games. So we have a starting pitcher in Soroka who hasn't seemed to regain his form from his rookie year, struggles at home, and also struggles against winning teams home or away. Justin Verlander, now, he's not the overpowering pitcher he once was, where he was able to put up better than a strikeout per inning on a regular basis. But he has really evolved into a finesse pitcher and adapted his game to such. As a result, his numbers, when you look at his recent numbers, ERA and WHIP, aren't as dominating as we've seen in years past, but there's still a lot of teams out there who would love to have Verlander as their 4th or 5th starter. And that's what he's going to be with Detroit. Right now, he's slotted at 4th in the rotation. He's made 2 starts against Arizona last year. I should say he made 2 starts against Arizona last year. 13 innings pitched, just 2 earned runs allowed, and both of those earned runs were by way of solo homers. So, again, Verlander becoming a very smart pitcher as well. And, when you give up 2 solo home runs in 13 innings, those are the only 2 runs you gave up, which means you're pitching to the score. If you're up in the game and you're a veteran starting pitcher will, not walk people and make you earn what you get. So that's Justin Verlander in a nutshell at this stage of his career. This current Arizona roster, by the way, extensive experience against Verlander, which I was surprised. But 39 for 186 career lifetime is the current Arizona roster. That's just a 210 team batting average and 276 OPS when facing Verlander in their careers. And the Detroit bullpen in their first 3 games was lights out with a 0.93 ERA, and they struck out 12 in 9 2/3 innings pitched. I like Detroit here at even money, plus 100. So our 2 Major League Baseball free pick winners for Monday, March the 30th is the Seattle Mariners minus 105 against the New York Yankees, and the Detroit Tigers plus 100 against the Diamondbacks. I think I said minus 112 for Seattle at the top of the show. They're actually down to minus 105, but that doesn't scare me, folks, because the Yankees are like Notre Dame in college football. You know, they're going to get the money no matter what. Very seldom will you see the betting market ever favor the opposition against the Yankees. It happens, but more times than not, the Yankees get the most of the money and most of the betting tickets in their matchups. So, and also, again, the Detroit Tigers plus 100 with Justin Verlander over the Diamondbacks with Michael Soroka. I always play listed pitchers, by the way, folks. So starting pitching is where the foundation of my MLB handicapping starts, and then I factor in all other stuff after that. So always listed starting pitchers for me. All right, folks. So up 199 units in net profit since actually plus 199.73 units in net profit since May the 13th of 2025, all verified by WagerTalk Media. WagerTalk Media during that period of time has me ranked as the number one all sports expert by their monitoring system. And also, folks, some great specials going on right now. I told you how much money I'm making in all sports over the last, let me see here. We're going on over 10 months now, 10 and a half months. You can get a 365-day all-access pass from yours truly, Ross Benjamin, at my personal link at wagertalk.com, which is wt.buzz/RB. It's $1,459. It amounts to less than $4 a day, and you're going to get 365 days all access from me, all my premium picks in all sports, including 5% best bets for $1,459. That's $540 off the regular price. Additionally, folks, you're going to get a 25% off bonus coupon, and you can use that toward any other handicapper on the site. Unlimited usage for the entirety of the 365 days with me. So take advantage of that offer. And if you like to play short term, we have a nice package for you right now, $69 for 6 days. You can get from me. Just go to my personal link, wt.buzz/RB. That amounts to less than $10 a day, $69, 6-day all access pass. So take advantage. And as you can see on the screen, I have a 3-game Major League Baseball package up for tonight. You'll get all 3 winners in the same package for just $24. So take advantage of that if you're just somebody who likes to play on a daily basis. And my Major League Baseball all access pass up until the All-Star break, $449. Again, at the same link, wt.buzz/RB. Until the next time, for WagerTalk TV and Ross the Boss Benjamin, take care and God bless, folks.